So hey guys, welcome back to the channel on Talk with Tyson. And today we've got once again a very esteemed guest. We have Father Victor Ferrao, Dr. Reverend Father Victor Ferrao. And we are here with something that has been buzzing up quite every now and then. And well, we have to speak about this in a little different way. We've gone through a lot of debates, and I think so. The debates will become endless without knowing something that is very deeply rooted in all of these things. And who can speak best about the linguistics of it is none other than Father Victor Ferrao. And so let's get right into the topic. And what are we going to speak today is basically the Romi Lipi, the Konkani Romi Lipi versus the Devnagiri. I wouldn't say it's versus each other, but well, Father, just putting on the question to you, how do we understand the issue between this Devnagiri and Romi?
To understand this kind of conflict that is going on between these two scripts of one mother Konkani, I think we need to understand Konkani has 5 scripts. And there is an effort to singularize Konkani into a single script. More in Goa, the issue affects us because there is a Romi script and there is a Devnagiri script. Besides Romi and Devnagiri, we have Kannada script, Arabic script, and Malayalam script. Konkani is written in all these scripts.
Oh.
And therefore, Konkani is plural. And I still believe, standardization of Konkani into a singularized script will destroy Konkani. We are in fact in an age of AI. I was just checking with Meta AI, and I asked Meta AI, can you transcribe Konkani from one script to another? And answer came, yes, we can transcribe. Only tell us which Konkani you want. If you want a Mangalorean Konkani, I will transcribe whatever. Let us say I want to transcribe Nagari scripted essay into Romi, but I want it in a Mangalorean style of Konkani. And AI says, I will do it for you. And so we are in a, this kind of conflict, which is talking about this script is better, that script is better, is actually leveled down today by AI. And so the singularization of a singular script as if that is going to make Konkani develop and grow looks very, trivial to say the least today. Why? Because we are in an AI-driven world, and this will become even more. And if we say Konkani is only in one script, then you close Konkani to other people. And therefore, in some way, this was an error made by earlier classical languages like Latin, even Sanskrit, Greek. They sacrificed on the altar of standardization. And so they thought only one way we can standardize those classical languages. And they died because people could not relate to those high forms of development that they tried to do with the classical languages. And with the scholars or with those grammarians and others dying, those languages also died. And we have only one classical language. Perhaps that language is Tamil. Even today it survives. Maybe like English, it is absorbing, embracing every other way of speaking Tamil. I don't know about writing, but I'm not used to that. But what I'm trying to say, singularization is a death sentence to Konkani.
So the linguistic basis is how do you understand this in the linguistic form?
See, my whole basis is on regarding Konkani or any other language. I base myself from the father of linguistics, Ferdinand Saussure, who belonged to the second half of the 19th century and died in the early 20th century. In fact, his work is really important in order to understand any other language, not just Konkani. So, he says language is made of signs. Now, sign is something when known leads to the knowledge of something else. When you look at a red light, the danger is not in the red light, danger is on the road. And so the red light is pointing to that danger, not to the light. So when you know the red light, you know there is danger there. So sign is something when known leads to the knowledge of something else other than itself. And so in this case, any language I want to begin was born, one of the very, very vital theory of language. All our languages most probably are born in a search for food. During the days of hunting and gathering, people came up with certain words, sounds actually, to stand for something else. Let us say, let me use something in Konkani. When we may be going about, I don't think Konkani was formed there. Konkani evolved later through other kind of languages, to creolization perhaps. But the best any language would develop in the beginning is, suppose we go for hunting and gathering and I want to alert my group about tiger. I may say shh, shoo, and then this word sound sticks to that reality. So therefore, this is how most probably languages were born. So in other words, words stand for something else. The words are not pointing to themselves. When I say dog, it's a beautiful sound, dog, but it's not sounding dog for itself. It is pointing to that reality we call dog. So in that sense, any word is a sign. Now, Ferdinand Saussure tells us that every sign is made of two parts. So, sign is made of two parts, and he calls it signifier and the signified. Let me explain what is a signifier and what is a signified. Signifier is the phonetic or the sonic or the sound. When I say dog, kutro, suno, this is all sound, right? This is to my ears, the phonetic side of. But when I say signified, it is the meaning to which the sound is tending. The sound is pointing to some meaning. And that it comes to my mind when I say suno. Immediately I have a reality or a picture of a dog, right? So now let me go a little deeper, because what I can hear also can be what I can see. What I can see is the alphabets, D-O-G, that is written in English. But I can also see, let us take Konkani in Nagri, Suno, or Konkani in Romi, Suno. I can see it and read it. So there is the sonic side that we can hear, and there is the visible side that we can see. These two elements belong to the signifier. So when I read suno or hear suno, what do I get? Is signified. So therefore, he makes this clear distinction between signifier and the signified. And he goes further to say, which I tried to explain without getting to him by using a origin of language. The signifier and the signified are brought together by convention. There is no necessary relation between the signifier and the signified. And therefore, suno could be kutro, could be something else also, kutta in Hindi, could be, it goes on and on in all languages. These are all sounds standing, or the way of writing, they are scripted in different ways. And therefore, there is no natural script from linguistic point of view. All scripts are invented. They are conventions. Human beings under different conditions came up with different scripts. And script is nothing but a technology, because when we speak, our words do not last. You speak and you have to remember the listener. But when you write, there is a permanency. The script is a technology that keeps words for a longer time. And when the printed version came, that's the time, this time of the written form became longer. Earlier it was just manuscripts, handwritten, or even carving on the stones or caves, and so many places we can still find. And therefore, I like to look at Konkani without getting into the emotive dimension of Nagari or Romi, because I can accept, as growing up in a Catholic milieu, I have a relationship of joy. कोंकणीन म्हणल्यार अदीक बरें दिसतलें. संतोषाचो संबंध आहा विथ दॅट अक्षर, रोमन अक्षर. म्हजो संतोषाचो संबंध आहा. तसो दुसऱ्याचो संतोषाचो संबंध नागरी अक्षराको आसतलो, कोणा कन्नडा अक्षराको आसत, मलयालम आसत, मुस्लिमांगे अरेबिकाक आसत. बट सी, दिस इज इमोटिव्ह. I want to bracket this part, because today, if we stick to this, we are going to destroy our mother tongue. Because we have grown. Technology is not just keeping what is written and giving it some permanence. Technology is now interrelating. Technology today can transcribe. Somebody wrote in Nagari, I can read it in Romi. And AI is doing it right in front of us today. Few days back, I asked AI to give me in Romi a love poem. Simply, I thought, I was doubting whether our Konkani is so, for the AI is possible. And it did a good job. Still in a learning process, but did a good job. Composed a poem. So it is composed like me. You compose, I compose. It is not copying from someone. So that's the difference. It is not copying, not plagiarizing what is existing on the internet. It is actually really composing and learning. And therefore it's a different ball game altogether we are in. And that's the reason, given the printing technology that brought the lasting nature of written word, there's a new technology that has come. It is not just the word is lasting. The word from one script can be read in another script. This is the new technology. And right now we are into this world. As a result, we cannot fight over those old technologies. Old technologies somehow became emotive because of perhaps caste, because of religion, because of many things. So without casting any aspersion on anyone concerning whether Romi has deconkanized the rest of the scripts, in a way they have said, some of these followers seem to suggest that Roman script cannot be suitable to Konkani. But in fact, I must say, even during the Portuguese time, for centuries, the Roman script did keep Konkani alive. At that point of time, even the colonizer tried to suppress Konkani, and still Konkani survived. And so the productivity, fertility of the script depends on not on its whether it's Nagari or Romi or Kannada or any other script like Malayalam, but it depends on the community, the speakers. And therefore, given the technological change today, I think it's high time that we understand the reality of Konkani. If we keep fighting, Konkani will die.
Okay, yeah. And so, coming to the third point, I think so, spoke on the singularity of it. Now coming to the plurality of the whole script, how do you see the
See,
plural
I
side?
think that's what I am trying to promote. There is pluralization of Konkani. We are a small community of speakers, and yet Konkani became vibrant wherever this Konkani community went. Whether they went out of Goa to Karnataka, they started writing in the script that was handy, was at hand, so they wrote in Kannada. Some people went to Kerala, and so that script was at hand, they wrote in Kannada. When Konkani began in Goa, earlier it was Konkain, and then now it is the word Konkani that is being made popular. But during the Portuguese time, Konkain. And this, let me use the word Konkani. Konkani at that time was written in alphabets of Roman script. And later, of course, maybe much after 1950s or so, I am not able to exactly point out, but some people like Shenoy Goimbab and many others started writing in Devanagari. At the same time, there was a claim that Devanagari is much larger, it was destroyed. There is no much proof to this, though there may be some small written forms in Nagari, but not in Goa, outside Goa, maybe. So, without disputing whether Konkani in Devanagari or Romi is suitable, it's important for us to understand today that the book is dead. The written scripts are dying. Whether you like it or not, people are not reading books.
Could be visuals,
Mostly visuals, audios. So there is a change, shift. In one of my papers, I have declared the death of the book on education. It was a paper on education, and people are not willing to read books. If you go to some bookshops, they are all closed. I had a very interesting, famous bookshop in Pune, and I used to be there quite often because I loved reading and learning and engaging with understanding new theories, and all this come through books. And unfortunately, they read it very fast. The coming of the smartphone brought a death to the coffin, brought a coffin to the book, and they just closed the book shop. And today it is like a clothes shop. You want a shirt, you can go and buy it. I'm really feeling sad about it, but what can we do? The generation that has come has everything on their palm through a smartphone. And so there are very few readers. I'm not saying readers are not there, few readers. And in this new climate, how much written form of Konkani could live if we keep fighting over scripts? So as it is, our audiences are shrinking. The readers are becoming thinner and thinner day by day, and therefore it would be best that we all embrace each other, all the scripts, and we are in a smart world. We can exchange, we can read what is written in Kannada script, in our Roman script, we can always access because of AI. And the same, what is written in Roman, can be accessed in Malayalam, for example, by those readers. And therefore, there are no boundaries. This is what I call pluralization. This is where we have reached. And this is the new technology. Scripts came because there was a technology of writing. Now the technology of transcribing has come. And so the new technology will take us, whether we like it or not. Maybe at that time people resisted. Why should Konkani be written? Why? I'm not talking of Konkani, the other people in other languages, they might have resisted. Why should it be written? Why should it be print? Let us only speak. If that was the case, they would have stuck. and there won't be written literature. Now that we have come to this point, we can get stuck to a written form. Understood? So we are able to move beyond, and therefore pluralization of Konkani can only enrich Konkani. It is not going to do any harm to any Konkani speaker. In fact, I will be able to read other speakers whom I cannot access. Let me say Malayalam, I can't read at all. Nor Kannada script, I can't read. Arabic, I cannot read. But a smartphone will read it with AI. Or if I put an AI in my computer, it will read. And therefore, it is I who am accessing literature in Konkani developed by other Konkani speakers. In that context, I grow and Konkani also grows. So that's what I am trying to tell all our ones. Let us pluralize Konkani.
And so, coming to the final part, how can these two survive, both the Devnagiri and Rumi?
See, my whole point is they can survive only through what I have called pluralization. You may have other words to say what I am saying, because what has happened, a new alphabetization also has come. Today, we call it pictographs, audiographs and pictographs. Earlier it was graph. Graph is what is written, graphical. And therefore it was from written because of the internet, because of YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and so many other social media platforms. Konkani or any other language has moved from written alphabets to pictorial alphabets and audio alphabets. So they have become audio-visual pictographs. So if that is the case, you don't need written form. People are now migrating to hearing and seeing. And all over the world, they are able to access Konkani. And therefore, who will read? That is the first question. I'm not pessimist. I know that people will still read. And that's why I'm saying, let us transcribe. Let us get everyone together. Let's take the literature from Kerala. Let's take the literature from Karnataka, Nagari literature, Romi literature. Even I'm not aware where the Arabic literature is existing, but yet, if that is there, we can access. And therefore, this is what I'm trying to say. Given the new condition of Konkani community, which is because of the coming of the new technology like internet, and also the new technology called AI, I think the fights that we are fighting over are looking really futile, waste of time. It's better that we give up our fights and start working together. And I feel government also should understand. Simply by depriving a community of speakers who write in Romi in Goa, we are not going forward. We can transcribe easily. All documents of the government can be transcribed in both forms. And tomorrow we are going to reach there. Just now my mobile is transcribing. I just was telling you, I asked Meta AI, and Meta AI told me I can do it. So what I am trying to say, if it is can do today, it can. Since I don't pay, I get only limited translations or transcriptions. If I pay, I will get total. And so, if that is the case, then the government is looking silly for making it only Nagari. Because today technology provides. When you write Nagari, that Nagari can become Romi, that become Kannada, that can become Malayalam. It can cut across. And therefore, sticking to an old technology, which is written form, looks really silly. We have to move on, grow with growing technology. And Konkani will grow when we embrace the new world. Therefore, it is important to ask, what would be Konkani in a digital age? Konkani in a digital age is going to win. And all our small problems of the past are going to be kept aside. And therefore, I feel it's time that we rise up and understand that this new technology is taking us beyond our personal fights, beyond our petty history-ridden kind of conflicts. It's better to come together. And if we love Konkani, I think we will come together and grow together. For the first time, it is possible to let grow Konkani, not in isolation, but together for the first time. This technology allows. Earlier, it was Mangaloreans who wrote and did their bit for Konkani in Kannada. The Keralite Konkani speaking Kerala community did their bit in Malayalam. Romi using Konkani speakers did their bit in Goa and are doing their bit, and everybody is doing their bit. And Nagari speaking and writing Goans are also doing their bit. For the first time, we have a possibility of all coming together, and every script, every literature written in all these scripts become resourceful, and therefore we can transcribe, we can dialogue, we can grow. So what I write or what we write, people in Mangalore can read. India script. That's beauty. So there is no so-called what people have been saying, natural script of Konkani. Technology has made it irrelevant. All these scripts are as good and suitable as people who are using them. And therefore, Mangaloreans may find their script good. They should use. Roman writing people will use Roman script. Nagari writing will use Nagari script. And therefore, all these scripts can dialogue through transcriptions. So, interscript transcriptions are possible today, and therefore, I feel for the first time a new technology is born, and we cannot be left behind by this technology. If we allow ourselves to be left behind, who will be the losers? We and our mother tongue Konkani. It's best to bury all our conflicts and embrace the technology that will breach all these scripts and let Konkani grow. So it's a very interesting way. I will grow in Romi in dialogue with other scripts by transcribing. So therefore, Konkani for the first time is able to grow not in isolation, but in connection, but in dialogue with other literature done by other communities and other speakers of Konkani.
So, yeah, so concluding the whole episode on this Romi and Devnagiri conflict. So as we come to the conclusion, and what was even bringing to my mind is, I used to go across some of the YouTube videos, and you would get this news updates on certain guys having a mob. Most of the time we see it in Karnataka. They want to go and break off places that are written in Romi. That is written in Romi language. They say no, this has to be like either in Kannada and all this stuff. You cannot have this. And I can see the whole singularity in that mind, the emotion that they are connected to. There's no plurality, and the new technology that we can now use to, and which can transcribe the whole other language and make it one. Well, that's a brilliant thought, and hopefully the generation is able to pick up these kinds of ideas, because it opens a wider world and does not limit us.
I appeal that we don't become iconoclastic, those who destroy scripts. That world is going, and we as Goans need to become more and more open to this new technology and grow along with with the help of this technology. Humanity did grow with written technology, printing technology. Humanity did grow. We grew immensely when we were able to put our speaking into writing. Now the next stage is come. You put your speaking into writing, I'm able to access it. I don't even know your language, and then still I am able to understand it in my language. Whether Chinese people write it, some other German write it, Italian write it, whoever writes, all that can be transcribed. And I sitting in Goa, if I have AI, I will be able to read it. And therefore, for the first time, humanity is going to transform. It is almost like finding the printing press. What it does after the finding of the printing press, what it has done to us. For centuries, we have grown around the written technology, the technology of writing. Now, the technology of transcribing has come. This means we don't leave orality. Speaking, we have not stopped because writing came. We don't stop speaking, we still speak. We will not therefore stop writing. We'll still write, we'll still print, we'll still have books perhaps. Maybe digital books. That's the best today to transcribe. So once we have digital books, I am taking to the next level. We'll not stop writing, we'll keep writing, but we are going to transcribe. So that's the new world, and that is the coming world, the world that is coming. And there will be great growth, I feel, not just in Konkani, you can see in other fields too. So we as Goans should not be left behind. We all love our mother tongue. I think we must migrate to this new technology, stay open, and the technology itself will grow and make Konkani grow along with it.
Yeah. So I hope all our listeners enjoyed the intense philosophy on the subject matter of language and linguistics. And thank you very much, Father, for being on this channel. Yeah, it's always a pleasure having you. And until then, we'll see you soon. And do subscribe to the channel, click that like button, and please share to everyone. See you soon and take care.